equations. Another name for a literal equation is a formula. A literal equation contains more than one variable. Okay? A formula like area is equal to length times width, perimeter equals 2L plus 2W, area is equal to 1/2 the base times the, height times the sum of the bases. All those formulas are examples of literal equations. This is a linear equation, ax plus by equals c. What do you call that form? Ax plus by equals c. What do you call that form of a linear equation? Is that slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b? What do you call ax plus by equals c? Standard form? Does that ring a bell somewhere? Okay. So this equation is in standard form. We'll want to do a little practicing on these just to see if we can solve this for y. The trick to isolating a variable for a literal equation is to focus on the one variable you're solving for and treat everything else like it's a number. We don't treat 3x like it's a 32 or something, okay? So what would we do to both sides? Subtract it. Subtract the 3x from both sides. Now since that's not a 32 and it's a 3x, it is not a like term with that 12. And so we can't combine them, we just have to bring them both down. And then to solve for y, what's in the way right here? I multiplied 4. How do you undo something multiplied? Divide. So we're going to divide each term by 4. And so y is equal to negative 3/4 x plus 3. What form did I just take from standard to what now? What now is it in? Slope-intercept. Okay, so that's the purpose of us using a linear equation to do that. But a literal equation, like a formula, it just contains more than one variable. All right, see if you can do that one. Solve it for y. What would we do first? There you go. Divide each term by 2. You get y equal negative 3x plus 6. Not too hard, huh? Not too hard. All right. Let's look at this one. What kind of linear equation has only a y and does not have an x? What are the 3 types of lines? Vertical, horizontal, and oblique, right? Oblique has a slope other than 0. So what kind is this one? Y, we can solve this. Let's solve for y. What would we do first? This is a simple equation. We could have done this way early in the chapter. What would we do to both sides? Add 9, and then divide by 3. Y is equal to 3. As far as linear equations go, guys, what kind is that? Is it vertical or is it horizontal? If we were going to graph, here's my x-axis, here's my y-axis. If I'm going to go up to y is 3, what kind of line is that? Y is 3. X can be anything you want it to be up down through here. Well, y is 3, y is 3, y is 3. So that would be a horizontal line. So those types are pretty easy to simplify. Alright, so what if we just have an x? What kind of linear equation do you think that would be? Just process of elimination. If y equals numbers horizontal, then x equals number must be vertical. This is pretty super simple. How would I graph that? Over here to 3. Show me a vertical line, right? Pretty simple. Alright, let's look at this. What is this the formula for? in this. Circumference and Fahrenheit. Celsius, what did I say? No, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Alright, there you go. Celsius and Fahrenheit. So if I was going to solve for F, I could do the distributive property, but there's an easier way. I could do that, and that'd be fine. That'd just be a little longer. But in order to isolate for F, probably the easiest thing to do would be, since this is distributive property, let's just get rid of that 5 9ths. What can I multiply by both sides to get rid of the 5 9ths? It's reciprocal 9/5. So here I have 9/5 times Celsius is equal to the Fahrenheit minus 32. I just made that significantly easier. Now how will I get F by itself? Add 32 to both sides. So 9/5 of the Celsius plus 32 would be equal to the Fahrenheit. Now if you're a science person, you treat equations differently in chemistry and physics than a math teacher does. A math teacher would say, well, let's plug in for the Fahrenheit here, we'll find the Celsius, and that's what we train you to do. A science teacher, on the other hand, will teach you how to manipulate the formula around to solve for the F, and then they will plug in the Celsius. To me, I'm mathematical, that's backwards to me. But you need to know how to be able to manipulate a formula for when you get to physics and chemistry, and that's just simple algebra. Alright, this is an equal sign. If we were solving for P, real simply, what would we do to both sides? Subtract A. But what you have to realize is that none of these are like terms. We just have to bring it down like that. That's an I. And these are literal equations. Why am I calling it literal? Because it has more than one. What? Variable. Right. Density equals mass divided by volume. Alright, if I wanted to solve for mass, what would I do to both sides? Multiply by the volume. Alright, so M is equal to T times V. On the other hand, what if I want to solve for volume? Drop a what? Would I still go ahead and multiply by V? So density times volume is equal to mass. Now, how will I get that by itself? Go back and divide by V. And that's what science teachers are, y'all. They'll give you an equation with 3 variables, and they will make you manipulate the formula to isolate each one of the variables. Like, mathematically, we could plug in any of those 2 and find the other one, because we know that that is a proportion. And how do you solve a proportion? Cross, multiply. Okay? But science teachers don't do it that way. So be careful when you get into a class that has some formulas, be able to manipulate the literal equation. All right, let's look at this one. You recognize this formula, P is equal to 2L plus 2W. You're finding the perimeter of a rectangle. All right, if I want to solve for the length, what would I do first? We're going to treat everything else like it's a number. Subtract the 2W. So perimeter minus twice the width is equal to twice the length. I'm looking for L. Keep a focus on what you're looking for. What would I do? Divide by 2. And I can do the whole thing, or I can do them separately. Let me show you the difference. I could have P over 2. What's 2W over 2? W. Or I could just say P minus 2W over 2. This is a good answer, or this is a good answer. And the reason I point that out is, if the back of the book's got this, but your paper's got that, you're gonna think you're wrong, but you're not. They're equivalent. You cannot be so tempted as to cross out those twos right there. We've written this before, I don't know if you remember it, but don't ever cross cancel over a plus or minus sign. Remember the other day when we were dividing expressions? You can't cross cancel over plus or minus sign, and there's a minus sign off there. They share that too. If I cross it out, it looks like B doesn't have a divided two anymore, but it does. So if you get this or this, you're both right. Alright, this is the area of a trapezoid. Yeah. Because you know with a trapezoid, here's one base, here's the second base, and the reason we have to name them that way is because obviously they're different height, they're different lengths. And then the height of a trapezoid is given like over here, because the distance can't be measured crossways, can it? Alright, so if we're looking for, let's say we're looking for the first base. Alright, what would you be tempted to do? Alright, what should we do?
Multiply.
2. Multiply by 2. Feel that fraction. 2a is equal to h times base 1 plus base 2. Okay? Now, I'm looking for this. Treat everything else like it's a number. We could do the distributive property, or we could simply divide by h. We're almost there. Still looking to get that by itself. What would you do? Subtract these two. Those two. Alright, so twice the area divided by the height minus the second base is equal to the first base. Literal equations, that's makes it a little harder, doesn't it? It just looks wrong. You're like, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing variables. But if you'll think about treating it like a number, that helps. Why don't you take the same formula and solve for base 2. Base 2. Very, very, very much like what we just did. Problem comes when, like over here, nothing is like term. Amen or oh me? Amen? Alright, so we'll do this one. Solve for H. Solve for H. What to do first? Same thing, right? Multiply 2. If I'm looking for H, it's got some stuff in the way. And that stuff is multiplied. What would I do? Divide. Yep, multiply. Undo it, divide it. So 2a divided by the sum of the bases is equal to the height. Got y'all excited for this chemistry? solve for radius? Circumference of a circle, 2 pi r, how do we solve for radius?
Divide by
About 2
2
pi.
pi.
Circumference divided by 2 pi.